Happy Saturday. Hope you're having a good one. I just came back from this Irish parade they had in my town or whatever. It's the month of March. So, everybody was out there and they green and drinking and in the streets and stuff like that. Fun stuff. But I was just thinking, because I was watching this like family blog thing and about marriage and family and stuff like that, and I was just saying like how most people, they say they want it, right? But like true happiness, like um real relationships that contain real honesty, genuineness, openness, stuff like that. So it's just like, and just being able to bask in honesty. You know what I'm saying? Like having that type of relationship where as though, you know, you can tell them everything that's on your mind. It never leads to a bad confrontation. You can be 100% honest, tell them how you thinking, what you thinking, you know, not cheating, being with that one person, being able to freely have an open phone, being able to freely, not have to hide anything, not having anxiety about somebody finding something out, not making up all these lies and covering up and more lies and more lies and lies on top of lies. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why do people choose that? Even if it's not infidelity, anything, having secret lies, wanting different things from what you're saying, you know what I'm saying? Leading people on, all these things when it's like, wow, these people are really, they're not afraid of the relationship part, they're afraid of themselves, really, when you think of it, because it's like, you don't like yourself. You don't love yourself enough, because if you like yourself and you love yourself truly and honestly, you're going to want to be yourself all the time. If you love yourself, you're going to want to be yourself. You're not going to want to have to fake and be something else that you're not if you love yourself. So, all these people that are putting on these fronts, hey, how you doing? Having all these triple, quadruple lives and lying and cheating, they really don't like themselves. They're not familiar with themselves. They don't love themselves, because you're going out your way to lie, manipulate. So a lie is something that's false, something that's not true, so you're running from the real you know what I'm saying? Everybody has it in them to be good and be honest and, to do right by people. We all have it in us, but it's our choices. Are we going to choose to do right by people? But it's hard to do right by a person when you're not even doing justice for yourself. You're not even doing right by yourself. And that's just by being yourself. Like, to do right by yourself is to be you. We all were created different with our own mind, our own thoughts, our own likes and dislikes and everything else, you know. But when you running from that and you lying and covering it up, it's like you're scared of yourself. Like, why you just don't want to be yourself? What are you afraid of? Why are you running from you? No, I can't speak Spanish. Sorry, I wish I could. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're running from yourself, because it's like, all right, why can't I just be honest, open in myself? Why hide what I'm doing? If you really gotta hide what you're doing or hide how you feel, because like I said, that's not always about infidelity, but hiding your wants, the things that you're actually passionate about, pretending that you want something totally different. Like, why are you pretending that you want something somebody else wants? Like, they not that important to have. If you gotta neglect your own want to pretend you want what they want, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's they not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna neglect all the things I want truly in my heart, and to and pretend to want these things that you want. I'm still running from myself. I'm still never going to be fulfilled, and I'm never going to be happy. You know what I'm saying? And again, you're not happy because you don't like yourself. How could you be happy and you don't like yourself? Number one, how could you be happy and you don't like yourself? And we all know misery loves company. So unconsciously, it's not like you're purposely going out, you know, trying to make everyone's lives miserable and saying one thing but doing the other, and lying, manipulating, and deceiving. It's not like you're purposely doing it, but you're doing it all because you don't like or love yourself. You don't see the value in you, honestly. You know what I'm saying? So unconsciously, again, misery loves company. So even though you know it's hurting that person, but you might not be doing it purposely, but in the end, you still know it's hurting that person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why not make yourself and other people happy? You know what I'm saying? Happy Saturday, yes. Why not make you and everyone happy by just being you? You know, when you be true to yourself, the people that are for you are going to naturally gravitate to you. And the people that, it's always negotiables and non-negotiables. And friendships, relationships, partnerships, business things. It's always things that you're willing to negotiate, and it's things that you're like, nope, that's non-negotiable. If we can't click on that, it's not a good match. Okay, once you know your non-negotiables and whatever type of shit you're going into, because like I said, it could be a relationship, business, partnership, friendship. Once you know your non-negotiables and you have that open discussion with that person, all right, if that's what it's going to be, don't waste that person's time. Don't waste your time. You know what I'm saying? All right. Obviously, this is not a match for either one of us in this relationship, friendship, or partnership, or business ship. It's not going to work. Our boundaries cross and our non-negotiables do not match. Why am I going to waste my time? Even though I hung out with you and you seem down to earth, you seem like a cool person. Not saying you're a bad person. We just don't match for each other. We can vibe. Oh, it was a great time. We had a great time. I got good energy from you, but that doesn't mean it's still a match. And this when people force things, you know what I'm saying? Oh, but this person's so cool. They have this. We get along in this area, this and the third. But the non-negotiables, the boundaries, which are the most important things, we ignore. You know what I'm saying? For the simplest things. That March 7th is that March 7th. I think today is March 7th. Yeah. So yeah, we like ignore that. You know what I'm saying? And we shouldn't. It should be the total opposite of way around. You know what I'm saying? This don't match. This is you. I don't want to change you. I don't want to make you unhappy. If this is something that you don't want and I want it, and it's like life changing, or something major, okay, we gotta read. If something gotta somebody, it's just not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like, why am we gonna sit here and waste each other's lives for it? You know what I'm saying? It's billions, probably trillions by now, people on the earth. Why am I sit here and waste my time trying to be something I know I'm not and don't want to be, and you know, and waste your time because you're looking actually for that, and I'm sitting up here wasting it. You know what I'm saying? When there's like billions or trillion people on the earth, that is, I'm missing the person that actually is my match because I'm pretending to be what you want me to be, and I'm missing out on the person that actually is with the shit I'm on. I'm bypassing them. I'm missing out on them because I'm sitting up here lying to myself and you You know what I'm saying? When I just miss the person that I could be completely open and honest with and be myself with. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? The reason why people do that is because they don't like themselves. Why would you miss an opportunity where you can be open and honest? Who avoids opportunities where they can be themselves? You know what I'm saying? Especially when things have to choose. We get to choose our relationship partner. Why would I choose to not be myself? Why would I choose to be with somebody that I can't be myself with? Why would I choose that? You know what I'm saying? I must not like myself. That is the bottom line of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I choose a person that I can't be open and honest with? No, I'm going to choose somebody that I can be that with. And if I'm choosing deception and all this stuff, it's like, you don't love yourself, you don't value yourself. And that's when people, they so mad at the person. No, yeah, you could be mad they did that to you. That's your feelings. You have every right to feel however you want to feel. Just don't live in that feeling, you know and forgive yourself and others. But it's like, they don't love themselves. So yeah, they might have done these things to you, these betrayals. But, in my mind, how I conceive it is like, okay, yeah, I could take it personal, but at the end of the day, how much accountability can I put on a person that don't even love themselves? How much can I hold them accountable? They don't even love themselves. How can I expect them to give me any type of love? Especially true love. I really can't expect it. So, oh, some lady, she almost tripped up. Yo, she drunk coming back from the Irish parade I just came from. But, yeah, take on it. You know what I'm saying? So, you find yourself being deceptive, not being able to be yourself in these personal environments that you're creating, and the people that you're allowing around yourself, that you're choosing to be in your life. If you find yourself being deceptive, having to be deceptive, um, and a different person, and unhonest and manipulative around people that you're bringing into your life or choosing to be in your life, you have to reflect and look at yourself. Because why am I choosing to keep people around or choose people that I can't be myself with, that I can't be honest with, that I can't, be open with? Like, it's something wrong with me, because why am I choosing somebody I can't be myself with, that I have to lie to, that I have to be a total different person for? Why am I choosing that? Have to figure out why I am choosing that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're scared of being yourself. You're scared of being open. And so you keep running from it, and you keep lying and manipulating and living all these lies because you're running from yourself. And when you're ready, you'll be ready to be with somebody and be open and honest with them and choose the right people to be around. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. You have to look at yourself. You have to like yourself. Start valuing yourself. Start respecting yourself. And then you'll be able to give that to others. Stop running from yourself. Love on yourself, and sometimes you might have to isolate to do that for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? To start yourself off right. You know what I mean? So so you can choose people that you can be yourself with. So you can choose people that you can be honest with, that you don't have to think of something that's not true every time the person asking you a question. You gotta uh have a mind crash and thinking of all this stuff and thinking about what you said last and all this, when you could just choose honesty. Choose a person that you don't have to lie to, instead of forcing things, all because you're still running from yourself. You don't want to choose honesty because you're uncomfortable being yourself. And then you don't think nobody will like the real you. So you keep pretending to be somebody else And why do you care who likes the real you or not? You should only care about the ones that do. F everybody that don't. Obviously, that means they're not for you. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, going back to the negotiables and non-negotiables. Okay, if y'all boundaries don't match, y'all non-negotiables don't match, all right, they're not for you. But you shouldn't have to go out your way and be something you're not to keep somebody in your life. If you have to be something you're not to keep somebody around, that's a problem in itself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but a person that loves themselves not afraid to be alone. And they're going to make sure that if they do allow people in their lives, it's people that match. If not, okay, that's fine. It's other people out there that I find that that's for me. I'm not going to accept something that's I know it's not for me because I'm totally okay with myself. So you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, but it's a lot of things that go into it also with abandonment issues and all that. But you wouldn't have that issue if you loved yourself because you wouldn't be scared to be alone at any point and moment of your life. So it's like, okay, whatever, no matter who go or come. You know what I'm saying? God made someone for everyone, you know. Everyone has their people out there, not just relationship, but friendships, tribes, whatever you want to call it, you know. But if you're wasting your time pretending to fit in somewhere that you know you ain't supposed to be, you're missing out on the ones that you'll be. You're missing out on that greatness of being able to not be uncomfortable, not have to think about lies, just have a free mind, peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? Which is priceless. You know? So that's all I had to say today. But hope you guys have a good time today. I love you. Bye bye.